Palisades Bio up 190% in just one day. But just who are Palisade Bio? Why are they pumping? And should they be in your portfolio? Time to find out. Time to get focused.
Time to get focused with Focus on Investing.
Welcome to Focus on Investing, where we research and bring to you all of the latest cryptocurrencies, stocks, forex pairs, and commodities. We release these videos as soon as we record them. So if you're lucky enough to get the notification from the bell icon and you're seeing this right now, that means this opportunity is probably still available to you. We encourage you to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you will not miss out on any opportunity that we have going here on this channel. Also, if you guys, want to prepare for 2023 and you don't want to be in the same position next year that you are in this year, then make sure you go to focusoninvesting.io. If you'd also like the opportunity to get involved with an expanding, unique, and dynamic community of successful investors, then go to focusoninvesting.io, where we will help you to acquire the exciting benefits of owning a trader's lifestyle. All right, so let's break down how we're going to do this today. We're going to go into a bit about who Palisade Bio are. We're going to look a bit about their price movement on their charts. And then finally, we're going to find out exactly why they're pumping in the markets today. All right, without further ado, let's get the proceedings proceeding this evening. So this is Palisade Bio. Website is palisadebio.com. All of the links that you see today that we're covering will be down in the description. So let's see who they are. So they say protecting intestinal barrier health. Okay, interesting. Where are we? All right. So it says protectors of intestinal integrity. Our mission is to develop and commercialize novel therapeutics that target diseases resulting from a loss of gastrointestinal barrier integrity. This barrier is often damaged during surgeries, leading to extended hospital stays and post-operative complications. All right, so right off the bat, we can see that they are, it's the fact that their name is Palisades Bio indicates that they're some kind of pharmaceutical company, and they appear to be dealing with intestinal barrier health. I mean, it's not something that I'm particularly familiar with, but the good thing is it seems very specific as to what they do, right? So it says science, applying established science to tackle new challenges. We identify the role of intestinal barrier biology in human disease and develop novel therapeutics that target and improve the integrity of the intestinal barrier. Our lead program, LB1148, is currently being evaluated in a phase 3 clinical study for accelerating the return of post-operative bowel function and a phase 2 study for the prevention of post-surgical abdominal adhesions. Okay, so this sounds like one of their researches that they're doing. So they develop therapeutics that improve the integrity of the intestinal barrier. Again, very specific. They're not general about what they do, which is really good. And they got a few different studies, phase 3 and phase 2, for the prevention of post-surgical abdominal adhesions. So I'm assuming that's something that sticks to your abdomen or something. Adhesions, I don't know what that is. If you're more familiar with these medical terms and things, let me know in the description. It says research studying impacts on intestinal integrity. Leveraging more than 3 decades of academic research and 15 years of our own internal efforts, we are advancing therapies to help patients with acute and chronic conditions associated with intestinal barrier disruption. Okay, so they got therapies as well. Investor news. By developing new therapies to prevent damage and serious health conditions caused by intestinal barrier disruption, we can establish new standards of care for patients. So to learn more, Palisades Bio is granted fast track designation from the US Food and Drug Administration. Palisades Bio appoints Herbert B. Slade, MD, FAAAAI, as Chief Medical Officer. So, recently just appointed a new chief medical officer, so that's good to know. Palisade Bio releases in-depth explanation of scientific approach of lead product candidate LB11148 through animation video. Okay, so guys, if you want to know a bit more about this scientific approach that they've got in this study, then they've got a video that will break it down to you. Important events: KOL round table with Palisades Bio and Dr. Wexner. Palisades Bio Sages 2022 and Palisades Bio Tom Highland Big Show. All right, so pretty straightforward in what they do. Biopharmaceutical company that develops products and therapies for tackling the damage of the intestinal lining that often happens through surgery. Pretty simple, really. Again, this link will be in the description if you guys want to go into more detail in the About Us section, leadership team, their science, their pipeline, and more investor news. All right, so let's take a look at TradingView and have a look at what exactly their price action is doing in the charts. Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button and support the stream. So here we have the TradingView chart with our custom indicators overlaid. If you'd like to get your hands on our templates and our custom indicators, then go to focus on investment. I'm looking at Palisades Bio Inc. on the daily time frame, ticker symbol P. We see that currently the market is still open, so this price is still moving. Currently, we're at $4.86. Let's make this a little bit bigger. All right, so we can see that for the day, we're up 119.91%. Yesterday, we were down 99.8%. For the week, we're up 98.37%. And for the month, we're up 6.7%. So where are we getting our 9 cents? So if we take it from the close of yesterday and come to the top of today, you can see we get 190.50 and some change. So this is where we're getting 190% movement in one day. So we see great price for this chart. Where are we at? So we get arrow. So you can see, yeah, we've grown from the close of yesterday all the way up to our price level here today. If 95.932% of our high of the year, our high was $118, and currently we're at $4.80. So we see quite a bit of downward movement from this chart. If we look at our trend filter, we can see that our trend filter average, but it's just retraced back to the 50 moving average line, and we're trading above the 20 simple moving average. And if we zoom out a bit more, see if we can see our 200 simple moving average. There we go. So we're quite away from our 200 simple moving average. Our 200 simple moving average is all the way up at the $24.54 mark. If we zoom out, we can get a kind of a better reading and a better history of this chart and the price movement. If we look at a greater scale, we can see that, over time that this has definitely been going in a bearish trend. Definitely we've seen a lot of downward movement. Most of the time price is trading below our 50 simple moving average. We see, spikes up above the, bidding above the 50 simple moving average. Seems to be that price generally respects the 50 simple moving average. If we see here with this bar on the Wednesday, the 2nd of February, we can see that the wick spiked up the 50 simple moving average, but the 50 simple moving average was strong enough to bounce price back down below it again. And even if you look at the 20 simple moving average, actually, this price even seems to be respecting the 20 simple moving average. The moving averages are good indicators of support and resistance. So you like to see charts that do respect the moving averages, as it shows like a bit more control over the chart. You know, it's easier to predict the price movement because we know it's going to respect these moving averages. So, and it shows that price is, you know, willing to comply to, you know, certain indicators and certain rules of the charts as well. So we can see that here, price is trading above the 20 simple, but you can see trades around the 20 simple moving crazy. Even if it does, it spikes up slow. And obviously, if it's going to have that effect with the 20 simple moving average, most of that simple moving average. Even all along here, we can see that price is trending below the 20 simple moving average quite regularly. Because we've got a lot of bearish price movement, price going down, we can see that this is creating a lot of, you know, pivot support and resistance levels on the way down. You know, the red lines here are the support levels and the green lines are the resistance levels. And we're creating a lot of different areas of support and resistance as we go down. The issue with this is we know that because price movement into 20 simple moving average is likely to be responsive to the support and resistance levels, right? So if we have a lot of these on the way down, that means that if price wants to come on the way back up, there are a lot of areas that could act as an area of resistance for price going all the way back to the top, right? So, you know, that's not that there's going to be a stops for price to go all the way back to the top. But let's zoom back in to our current price. If we zoom, I mean, relatively, it's a small price movement compared to the overall price movement of the chart. But within most recent times and most recent price movement, we can see quite a bit of growth here being shown on this chart. We get a bit of a better look. Let's bring the chart down a little bit. And we can see here, price movement has generally been quite flat, actually. Seeing this flat price movement. Price has really just been going low. We've got a bit of a level here. I would guess a level of what you would call resistance at the moment. And we can see that it gapped down. Price gap down here and gap down again. And after this gap down, it managed to get a bit of sideways movement here. So it stopped the decline for a short amount of time. But then we can see here that price continued to, you know, tank down to the low side. So right now we're seeing that the 50 simple moving average is acting as a level of resistance and price is bouncing down. That also level coincides with the kind of top level of the sideways movement. So, you know, it's quite unlikely that we're going to see price, you know, raise up much higher. Again, we just had some good news, a spike price, and even that hasn't even taken price. It's had a spike this high, you know, only how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago. So not a massive spike at all. And then price quickly ducked down below this 50 simple moving average. So again, we're seeing price showing respect for the moving averages here. So, you know, I don't think we're going to see any pricey spikes like we've seen in the previous days and in previous time up above the 50 simple moving average. But I don't think we're going to see any lasting really price movement above that. So why did this price spike up today? If I bring up this article from Yahoo Finance, and it says PALISADE Bio is granted fast track designation from the US Food and Drug Administration for LB1148 for accelerated return of bowel function following GI surgery, and that's gastrointestinal surgery. All right, so we read a bit about this on their homepage and some of their latest news. So this is the reason for the spike today. It says Carlsbad CA, November 22 to November 22nd, 2022, excuse me. PALISADE Bio Inc., NASDAQ PALI, a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company advancing the therapies for avoidance of acute and chronic post-surgical complications following gastrointestinal surgery, to date announced that the US Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has granted fast-track designation to the LB1148 for the acceleration of time to return of bowel function following surgery. So there you have it, guys. This is the reason why prices spiked up. As we saw on the charts that, prices spiked up just above our 50 simple moving average, but it's unlikely that price is going to stay up that high. Again, all of the links that we've gone through today will be in the description if you want to go into more detail. And, if you guys want to see a more in-depth research about other stocks that we've covered, take a look at this video here. We had a massive spike of over 250% in one day, the biggest spike that we've had this year. So you can check that out. And then we've got this other video here, which is a covering of all of the latest trending stocks within the markets, covering cryptocurrencies, forex pairs, stocks, and commodities. So thank you for joining us and take care.